Close insiders Zach Keefer and Joel Erickson look back at the Colts' playoff loss and look ahead to the offseason. Clark Wade at IndyStar.com. At this time last year, Indianapolis Colts fans were looking toward the NFL draft with great anticipation. The Colts held the number 3 pick, and it seemed they might have a shot at running back Saquon Barkley or pass rusher Bradley Chubb. They traded the 3rd pick to the New York Jets, moved down to No. 6 in the first round and selected guard Quenton. That transaction, and a lot of other things, worked out so well, the Colts are slotted at No. 26 in the first round on April 25. The Colts have needs, and these mock drafts suggest they look to the outside on either side of the line of scrimmage or plug up the middle of the defensive line. Colts insider, we don't rest in the offseason. We'll send Colts news to your email inbox. More, Coach Frank Reich writes raw, heartfelt letter to fans. Mississippi Rebels wide receiver DK Metcalf, 14, runs the ball against the Kent State Golden Flashes. Photo, Matt Bush, USA Today Sports. Nate Davis of USA Today, WRDK. Metcalf of Mississippi. He's 6'3", 230-pound build would be quite the contrast opposite T.Y. Hilton, and a nice investment for a team that could use a steady number 2 receiver. Our J. White of CBS Sports. Metcalf. The Colts surprised some people with their run in 2018 behind a healthy Andrew Luck and an outstanding 2018 draft class. But one place they need to get better is at receiver, where it's T.Y. Hilton, followed by not much else in terms of reliable options. Metcalf's season was ended early by a neck injury, but his upside as an outside receiver makes him one to watch during the pre-draft process. Houston Cougars defensive tackle Ed Oliver, 10, applies pressure on Navy midshipmen quarterback Garrett Lewis, 7, as guard David Forney, 68, blocks. Photo, Tommy Gilligan USA Today Sports. Brian Fisher of Athlon Sports, DL. Ed Oliver of Houston. There are other pressing needs, but it's rare for the Colts to find somebody of Oliver's pedigree and talent at this point in the draft. While his ability to rush the passer is called into question by scouts at times, there's no denying that he's one of the best defenders against the run in the country, and his presence shoring up the middle of the defense will help fellow youngsters like Darius Leonard continue to bloom. Arizona State Sun Devils wide receiver N'Keal Harry, 1, runs against UCLA Bruins defensive back Darnay Holmes, 1. Photo, Joe Camporeale USA Today Sports. Vinny R of Sporting News, WR. N'Keal Harry of Arizona State. Andrew Luck had a big season despite limited pocket receiver beyond T.Y. Hilton. Harry would complement Hilton as a big, 6'4", 216 pounds, matchup nightmare through the red zone who also can provide another strong intermediate to deep threat. Harry's stock has the potential to shoot up, a la Mike Evans, so Stanford's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside also must remain on the Colts' radar. Penn State Nittany Lions cornerback Amani Oruwariye, 21, attempts to tackle Iowa Sockeyes wide receiver Brandon Smith, 12. Photo, Matthew O'Haron USA Today Sports. Brian Wilson of CBS Sports. CB. Amani Oruwariye of Penn State. The Colts' defense was exposed by the Chiefs in the divisional round, but there's no shame in that. The Chiefs routinely expose every defense they face. But for as good as Matt Eberflus' unit was, upgrading the secondary should be a priority. Oruwariye, a physical, fluid cornerback who can cover, was one of college football's best cornerbacks on first down, holding opponents to 27.6 completion percentage while forcing 2 interceptions and 7 passes defended. Clemson Tigers defensive tackle Christian Wilkins, 42, rushes the passer against Alabama Crimson Tide tackle Alex Leatherwood, 70. Photo, Matthew Emmons USA Today Sports. Dan Catter of SB Nation, DL. Christian Wilkins of Clemson, a pass rusher and cornerback, could be argued as bigger needs for the Colts, but the team's interior defensive linemen still seem more suited for a 3-4 system. Wilkins is a nice fit as an athletic interior defender who can work gaps and get into the backfield. Walter Football. Metcalf. The Colts had 19 drops in a span of 3 games when T.Y. Hilton was out of the lineup. They really need a second option at receiver. It has been reported that DK Metcalf is a love-hate prospect. Some teams believe he'll be a top 15 pick, while others have him graded in the 4th round. Mississippi State Bulldogs defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons, 94, battles a Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns offensive lineman Cole Pradom, 61. Photo, Fascia Hunt USA Today Sports Ben Standig of NBC Sports, DT Jeffrey Simmons of Mississippi State props to the Colts defensive coaches and players for the unit's impressive growth this season, which culminated in shutting out the Cowboys in Week 15, not to mention a playoff berth. The group could still use a monster lineman inside. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report goes with Metcalf close. 10 players who are scheduled to count the most against the Indianapolis Colts salary cap for the 2019 season. Scott Horner at IndyStar.com.